Good morning. Today is the 26th of February and here we are at Thruxton Racing Circuit near Andover in Hampshire. This is a little event organised by the Paddock Club. It's a little charity show that I've been invited to, and this is a slightly shambolic shuffle around. We'll see what's here, and we shall try not to fall over, get things wrong, or get interrupted by announcements and commentary. I do apologise in advance for the wind noise, and of course I must say at the beginning, we don't talk about diesels on this channel, so this very car here we're going to have to skip. To blame the Mayor of London and all his friends for these clean air zones and ultra low emission zones and things like that. So we'll start off with this Boxster. Now this is an early one. I think this should just be the 2.5. I forget the model code for these, but they were introduced in the mid-90s. It's only a 5-speed actually, so again, it must be an early one. Personal plate on this, so I don't exactly know what year that is, but I'd say shortly after they came out. I think it came out about 96, I forget now. What have we got here? An Oldsmobile. It's a 65. F85. I don't know anything about these, to be honest with you. That was not the sort of thing I would be able to say very much. Yeah, so maybe some of you in the comment section below who are more familiar with American cars will be able to tell me exactly sort of what this is, other than it's a 1965 Oldsmobile. Apparently from Nebraska or something. So same age, 65. This is a Dodge. Got sort of a cream interior going on here. Dodge Coronet, yes, I've heard of these. Coronet 500. I love the wheels on this. That looks really mean actually. Gosh, I didn't realise we'd see such rare stuff so early on in this event. We've got 996, 911 here. This is the facelifted one. It's Carrera 4S. I'd say I think the facelift was around 2001 from memory. I think they finished in maybe about 2004. Porsche Cayman here. Again, I'm not very good on this sort of stuff, so I don't know what year that is, but there we go. 356 Speedster. Imagine the fact that it's looking like this is probably some kind of Beetle-based replica or something. I'm not exactly sure. Let's have a look inside. Wow, look at that. It's pretty interesting. E63 AMG of some description, I think, here. Particularly judging by that. Oh, hello. V8 bi-turbo. Ooh, it's for sale. It's Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says. It could be yours. So it's a 2014 V8 bi-turbo. Look at that. And Dominic Held has finished the engine in a handcrafted way. E46 M3 here. So no, not that. She might be an M3. I'm not sure what this is. It's just something. It looks like it's all ready for going on a track. We've sort of put some acid on that. Probably not an M3 if it's done that to it. Just normal E46. Ooh, is that a beige leather interior, viewers? Someone's taken out the beige leather interior. I don't know if I like that very much or not, really. Is this some kind of Holden? Or is it a VXR that's just been sort of rebadged? Interesting. I'd like to have a go on one of those at some point. Ooh, very nice MR2 here. SW20 MR2. I don't know what rev this is. It's had some modifications to it, I can see. This is a turbo. And hello to @MR2_Stu on Instagram. So yeah, definitely import this on the B if it's got the plates like that and another plate like that. So K 1992, 1993. Then we've got a car we've had on the channel before, viewers. It's also been on the Grand Thrift Auto channel as well. This belongs to Mr. Ben Hooper, who writes for Classic Metro Modern. Volvo 480 ES, it's a 1988, this one. They're actually really nice to drive, these cars. And he's also left the pop-up headlamps in position, which is nice. There is a video of this car actually on Sensible Secondhand Classics that I filmed last year, if you want to have a look at that. One of his friends here is from the Audi Quattro owners group, no doubt. This is quite a late Quattro actually, the Or Quattro they call these. I think that's probably the original plate. I don't know for certain, but it looks to me about 1990. I think they finished in 1991. He's been to the Quattro 2000 event in Ingolstadt. Excellent. We'll have to go in a Quattro at some point, viewers. They've got this. It's a Bullet Edition Mustang from 2020, 2021. There we go. It is a Bullet Limited Edition from 2020. The colour is absolutely lovely. I love this colour. It's a manual as well. I'm sure that's a 5 litre V8, so that's interesting. NC MX5 here, quite an early one. I have driven one of these actually. It was a 2012 Sport Black, the one I drove, which had the 6-speed gearbox like this. I think this would be the 2 litre then. Like, very good fun, these actually. They are probably the best MX5 I've driven out of the sort of first 3 generations. They're not, I don't think the best one of all. It depends on what your opinion is, but certainly I enjoy driving it. 2003 Saab 9.3 original generation OG convertible. This is the turbo one, the SE, similar to the one that I drove on No Budget Reviews last year actually. These are surprisingly cheap cars. You can pick them up for No Budget Reviews money in, a bit scruffy condition. That one's probably worth a little bit more. Freight viewers, unfortunately, although that is an aero, we're going to have to skip that because we don't talk about diesels on this channel, unfortunately. We can do a talk about this Jaguar F-Type R. Now this I think is a pre-facelift one from memory. They did have a facelift around 2019, 2020. I think this is a pre-facelift one. That's got a personal plate on it, so we don't know for certain. Ooh, very nice, look at this. Oh, viewers. A Saab 9000 Carlson edition for 2.3 turbo. Oh yes, please. Oh, look at those wheels. Oh, viewers, I think we found something to our liking here. Very, very nice. I think that's very, very enjoyable. This is a very early facelift one actually. From memory, or I might be wrong actually. Or a late pre-facelift. I get confused about these sort of things. So you've got some Puma STs here. I didn't actually realise that there was a club of these already, but apparently there is. There are 2 of them here together, both with personal plates on them. Obviously you can go into a showroom right now and you can buy one of these new if you want to. Very popular colour for them, which is Dream Science. I've heard of Bound Tune, I haven't heard of Dream Science. Somebody in the comment section below can tell me what Dream Science is, I'm sure. But yeah, this is going to be the new base model Ford quite soon, because the Fiesta is going out of production in June. So, we'll be seeing a lot more of these in the future, I think. A Triumph GT6 Mark III. Now this will be 1973 only, because it's on an M, so 73-74 plate. So it's one of the very last ones made. Might even have been registered by British Leyland themselves on an HP, which was a Coventry plate where the factory was for these in Canley. Based on the Herald, Spitfire, Vitesse, they're all the same underneath. They kept changing the sort of rear axle configuration on these for some reason. Nice colour actually. Right, we've got some Aston Martins here, viewers. I'm going to have to look at the back of them to tell you what actually they are, because I get very, very confused about the different models. Ooh, an N30. I should just pay attention to the magazine there. So, a Vantage N30. I've never heard of one of those before, viewers, so it looks very purposeful with the spoiler on the back of it. Got another Vantage here. I don't know if that's a personal plate. I think that is about right for the age of the car. It's a manual as well. That looks sort of fun, doesn't it? And then we've got a pair of these. Make sure we don't get this wrong, viewers. Oh, it's a Virage. That's a Virage, and that's a DB9. They look really similar to me, viewers. I don't know what the difference between those two is. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't know. We'd like to have a go in a DB9 though. I think we might actually be able to, in a few months' time, have a go in a DB9, which will be most enjoyable. We've got one of these 911s. That sounded pretty good actually. I'm forgetting the model code for these. Is this the current generation or one before? I can't remember now. Despite having seen masses of these 911s at the London Classic Car Show on Friday, I can't actually remember. So we've got, I think, a DB11, I think this one is. This is the sort of current one. The TB10 was only made just for the film Spectre, so I think this is the DB11. And then we've got sort of convertible action. Brave driving a convertible in this weather. It is very cold today, viewers. I forget again what model this is. Is it just a DB9 Volante? I can't remember now. And then we've got a Vantage S. As you can sort of understand, viewers, you know, modern supercars aren't really my kind of stock in trade. On this channel, some of these sort of classics and things. 2002 BMW, I think they call this the M Coupe, known as the clown shoe as well by enthusiasts. We only got the M Coupe in this country. I think it was otherwise known as BMW Z3 Coupe or something along those lines in other markets. We only got the M Coupe over here. I have had a go in a normal Z3. That was a lot of fun. It was a bit of a scuttle shake though. Ooh, and we've got an ND MX-5 here as well. I would like to have a go in one of those. I've had a go in a Fiat 124 Spider, which was last year, which is very similar to this, but certainly would be good to have a go in one of those as well. Ooh, an Alfa Romeo 105 Series Coupe, 1972 to 3 Alfa Romeo Giulia 2000 GTA. Which has presumably been tuned by Alphaholics. I have had a go in the 105 Series Coupe many years ago. I did actually film a walk around it with the channel in 2019. It was also a 2000 engine one, but this has probably been tuned a bit more. Got an Alto Delta badge there, so I think that will go very fast indeed. I very much enjoyed it. The driving position I found a little bit awkward personally, but there we go. 2016 to 17 BMW M2. Got to know an awful lot about these, to be honest. What have we got? Oh, more Porsche 911 action. It's the same generation as the one that's over there, so I imagine around 2017, something like that. 911 Carrera GTS. A lot more expensive than 996 that I drove at Christmas time, I imagine. Oh, a Mark IV Supra with an interesting plate on it. We've got a little friend in the back of this or something. Someone's barking. Yes, a little friend in the back of there. There is no death, only the force. Someone's also very sensitive to put a reversing camera on that. You don't really want to damage the rear bumper of one of those. It could get expensive. Another one of these 911s, again a Carrera S, 2016. So I'm sort of right about the year of this shape. I think the new shape came out a couple of years ago. Ooh, an Alpine A110. Again, I think I skipped these at the London Classic Car Show because they weren't really classics because they're new. But you have a go on one of these at some point, I think. Oh, an original MR2. I think this is an early facelift one, so on a D, so 86, 87. There was one of these at London Classic Car Show. It wasn't this one because the show's still going on whilst I'm filming this. But it was, I think, this colour as well. You know, they're becoming very desirable, these actually now. Lotus Exige, I think. LF1? LF7? Don't think I've heard seen one of these. It looks like it's been modified quite extensively. There we go. So, yeah, 64 plate, 2014-15. Nissan 370Z, which has just got out of production. Are we getting the replacement to this over here? I don't know. This one's an auto. And we've got the predecessor here, the 350Z. This is quite an early one, so 2004. I think it came out in 2003. Very popular for things like drifting and stuff like that. It was just a manual. Yeah, it would be quite fun to have a go with one of those at some point, actually. Some Mustangs, both the same generation. They're kind of the previous one to the Green Bullet edition that we saw over there. I think both left-hand drive. I don't think they sold them in right-hand drive officially until the current generation. This one is the Celine version. That's what it says about the back anyway. 2006. This again is a similar one. I think that's standard plate for this. And hello to at that yellow Mustang on Instagram. That's quite a nice colour for that actually. It does look pretty good. Talking of the current generation, ones here is current generation Mustang, 5 litre V8, manual, in right-hand drive. Excellent. Quite a lot of performance for not that much money actually, these. BMW M4, I forget the model code for these. I think this is previous generation one, I could be wrong. Oh, a Spitfire. Oh, it's a really late Spitfire as well. Goodness gracious me, that's an 81, 82 registration. They finished production in 1980 because Canley actually closed that year, so this will be a late registration. It's got the same 4-speed gearbox in it that I had in my Dolomite 1500 SE back in the day. Same engine as well. I think it's about 71 horsepower in these. Obviously, yeah, fantastic colour for one of these, and very, very easy to work on because of the bonnet lifting up. As part of the front end, it all lifts up. Oh, wow! Now that is amazing. 1966 Triumph 2000. I think this is probably a pre-facelift. Yes, it is. The post-facelift ones of these, which came out later in '66, had different overriders on them. This is an auto. I would absolutely love to drive one of these. I think these cars look amazing. Michelotti styling. I like the Innsbruck facelift that came in '69 as well, but I think this original design looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that interior. Oh, it smells fantastic. Well, that smells absolutely amazing. Probably this one smells amazing inside too. It's a Rover P4. It's a Rover 80. My gosh, this is the least powerful one of all. This is the one with the Land Rover engine in it, 4-cylinder. So it'd be, I think, late 50s these were. Yeah, you can smell. We can always smell a P4. I have driven a P4. It was a thank you very much. 61. Same year actually as the Rover 100 I drove last. No, it was in 2021 I drove it. Shepherd's Crook handbrake, gearbox that I kept messing up, all that kind of stuff. Very comfortable cars, amazing. They're actually quite affordable for a classic car as well. Lotus Exige is an older one than the one we saw before. Still a Series 2 that. She's at a Series 1 or Series 2, it's a 2001. I thought the Series 2 of these came out in 2000, I could be wrong. Very much belongs in a place like Thruxton. Oh, some Honda S2000s. I think these are, yeah, they're both facelifted ones, these. One's a 2005 to 6. And then this one over here is a 2007 to 2008. They do look like an awful lot of fun. Both would be 2 litres. I think 2 litre was the only engine we got in this country. In other countries, I think it was a 2.2 available. Then 2000 Mini Cooper right at the end. 2000 was the very last year for these. Ultra Cooper Sport, so it's a limited edition that came at the end. MG Magnet, I think, I'm just going to guess and say this is a ZA because of the smaller rear window on this. Ooh, we've got a green leather interior in there. That's pretty good, isn't it? It's most agreeable. Very nice colour. Lotus Elise, this is a Series 1, by the way. Definitely a Series 1. I wonder if it's one of the special ones with the VVC engine in it, or if it's just a normal one. That's a normal one. They're fast enough anyway. They've only got 118 horsepower, but you know they're pretty quick. Renault Sport Clio 182. I drove a Mark II Clio like this yesterday, in fact. This is a Phase 3, I think. It was a 54, it'll be a Phase 3. I don't think it's the cup. It's very slightly different to this. Yeah, the one I drove yesterday, it was a 1.2 Expression, so it was a little bit different than that. Ooh, don't mind if I do, viewers. 1992 to 1993 Jaguar XJS with a beige leather interior and wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior. That's probably a 4 litre, I should think. Porsche GT4. It's a Cayman, I think, rather than a 911. Yeah, that looks fast. 2022. The really weird thing is that the colour's a lot brighter green actually in real life than it is on camera. On camera, this looks like a sort of kind of spearmint green, but it's actually not. Ooh, more beige leather interior. Goodness, viewers. I just hope we haven't been fooled and this is just a forbidden fuel engine, because we can't talk about diesels on this channel. No, it's just an XJ6. That should be alright then. Yes, 2004 to 5 Jaguar X350 XJ6, and my goodness me, viewers, a beige leather interior with wood. I've driven one of these actually. I drove the XJ8 3.5 litre 55 plate on the channel last year, which has been quite popular actually. Lots of you seem to like these, and so do I. Another Porsche Cayman here, 2011. There's a lot of Porsches here today. Maybe like a whole club has come down or something, which is good. We won't be maybe looking at the candy performance stuff or something there really, because well, it's not part of the show, is it? Porsche 911 996 Turbo. These have a stupid amount of power, far more power than the car that I drove in Scotland for Christmas, or a Christmas special. Yeah, 400 horsepower I think these were. And here's one that's sort of similar to the one that I drove. I said 2002 to 3. This one I don't know, personal plate. I wonder if this is just a normal one, or if it's a Tiptronic like the one I drove. Oh, so it's a Targa, okay. Very nice. I think that's a slightly later, I think it's a facelift one. Ooh, an Alpina B12. Sorry, B10, sorry, the B12s were completely different cars. The Alpina B10 V8S with Alpina wheels and Alpina steering wheel and all kinds of things. And it even says that on the side of it too. That's pretty special, isn't it, viewers? We do like that. That is very nice. The M5, of course, is nothing in comparison to one of those. So we've got Lotus Europa here on an H69 to 17. I wonder if this is a twin cam one. Oh, we'll have a look, won't we? The engines are here. There we are. Lotus big valves. It's probably not the Renault engine, is it? The early ones had a Renault engine of these. It's probably not the same. I don't know. Is this a Lotus 6? Wow. I don't think it's a 7. I think this is a Lotus 6. Oh my goodness gracious me! Coventry Climax engine, of course. The early Lotuses had Coventry Climax engines. gosh, wow, if that's... It could be a very early 7, I don't know, to be honest with you. That's why we call them the Shambolic Shuffles, because my knowledge is shambolic. 1967 Chevrolet El Camino. When you have to go quickly, but you also need to carry a load of stuff in the back. And then, what on earth is this? I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. Oh yeah, a chevron, that's it. They did say that one of these was coming, and here it is. Gosh, another Alpine. It's reading this week. I've seen so many Alpinas this week. I've seen more Alpinas this week than I ever have in the sort of kind of 4.5 years I've been doing this channel. So yeah, an Alpina B9 based on the E28 BMW 5 Series, 3.5 litre. Yeah, 3.5, 3.6, 3.9. I was right the first time. Look at that interior. Wow. It's going to be very difficult to sort of get this on camera, but you can sort of see these striped seats. These are very valuable cars now, viewers. They were very, very expensive when they were new, but yeah, they're even more valuable now. So we've got some more S2000 goodness here. Someone's breathed on that a bit, haven't they? That's going to be very, very fast. And then a Ferrari 348, I believe. Rosso Corsa, of course, cream leather interior. Do we have a gated manual shifter? Yes, we do. Excellent. Yep, 348 GTS. Getting better, viewers. I'm not quite as shambolic as I was a few minutes ago. Now, from memory, I think these are 997 911s, all on personal plates, so I don't know what year these are. Actually, this one's not 911, is it? It's a Cayman. Rear window treatment's different, isn't it? Oh, it's a GT3. Wow, that'll be fast, won't it? That one, don't know. This, I think, is one of these sort of modern Cajuns you can buy that look very much like the original Lotus 7 would have done instead of these sort of early 60s. Yeah, the Caterham Super Sprint, that's it. So it's modern, but it looks like it's old. It'll probably have the good old Ford 1.6 Sigma, Z-Tech, SE, Duratec in there, or it could have a different one. My two cousins have got these, and theirs are 2014-15s. They've both got the 1.6 Sigma in them. Morgan. Ooh, oh, someone's got taste. Beige leather interior and wood. Very, very nice, viewers. I don't know what year that is at all. There's even a badge on the front to tell me. My gosh, another car that I've seen a lot of this week is BMW 3 litre CSL. They were worth an awful lot of money when new. I saw one of these actually at London Classic Car Show 2 days ago. It was £150,000. Boot-lid, doors, bonnet, they're all made of aluminium. That's very nice. It's got Alpina bits on it as well. This is one of the first cars to have Alpina bits on it, although those wheels are off a later car, obviously. But is that gear lever kind of original to the car or not? I don't know. Another one of these 911s, of course. It is the 6th anniversary of 911s. It's very appropriate to see loads of those here. I just am not familiar with the sort of kind of various sort of things. So yeah, it's 991, I think. And Austin Healey. Now, is this just a normal Healey 100? Or is it a 3000, or what is it? Oh, it's a Healey 100, okay. Is that a BN1 or a BN2? Answer the comment section below. And we got more Morgan goodness. More almost beige, but not quite. Is that beige, viewers? I think that counts. Yeah, it looks beige on camera, we'll go with that. Morgan Plus 4. Don't know what year that is. This one's a little bit older, 82, 83. Looks especially like a gearbox from a Triumph TR7, and you know, lots of sort of BL parts on there. It's a +8, so that's no surprise when it's sort of row V8 in it. And then we've got MGA here with the really weird door handles. Oh, someone's actually got a tax disc on here, that's very handy. So 57 thereabouts. Yeah, the weirdest door handles in the history of the world. Just, yeah, the standard 1500. Local plate actually to the area. TTR would have been, back in the day, that would have been, I think, Southampton or Portsmouth. 1966 Jaguar E-Type 4.2 Series 1 fixed head coupe. I don't get to 2+2, no it's not. I have driven a 2+2, it was the same year as this. It also was in this colour, which was most enjoyable. They're very difficult cars to drive slowly, but the faster you go, the easier it is to drive, if that makes sense. Bit of a fluttering in the wind here for the Sunbeam Alpine Owners Club. This is a really late original Alpine. It's a Series 5 with a 1725cc engine. I love this colour. So this will be 1967 only on an F. 67 was the last year for these. And then be replaced by another type of Alpine, the sort of Arrow type. This one is the same, number 67 with 1725cc engine from then current Hillman Hunter. Beautiful, beautiful design. The mini light wheels actually look very good with that. This is a 64, so it's a Series 4, this one. Handily, they tell you on the side of them. I think we said a 1.6 litre engine. Not quite in the same type as Dr. No one, that was I think a Series 2, and I think if I remember correctly, these are Harrington bodied one. I can't remember what the name of the coach builder was. Yeah, Harrington. There we go. It's Harrington, but I was right. Don't know what year that one is. It's not got a suffix on it. It could be anything up to about 64. There's not all local authorities use suffixes until I think 65 was the first year where they had to. So we've had a few more cars turn up, including this. I think this is another Bullet Mustang actually. Yeah, a Bullet Mustang, be around 2020. Again, I love that colour, that's fantastic. Very similar Mustang here, not a Bullet edition of course, probably another 5 litre V8, yep. This one's an auto. It's amazing, you just go down to the local Handy Performance dealer, in this case, yeah, it's down in Eastleigh, where we live, you can just buy one of those. Just what you would do with Fiesta. Love one of the Aston Martins. That's a very unusual colour. Look at the exterior colour and then this interior sort of biscuit leather, which is it's interesting. Yes, a Vantage. Then a Cayman S, and then we've got something rather special sitting behind the Cayman S. Something we might have had on the channel before. It's just looking very, very, very different. Look at this. Yes, it is a Chevette HSR, and I've actually driven this very car before it had the stripes on it. So Terry must be lurking somewhere around here. We've got all these different events that it's attended. These are extremely rare cars. Very, very rare. I couldn't believe I was actually privileged to actually drive this about 10 months ago. It looks even better than it did when I had to go in it. How can you have any show in this country without a Morris Minor? This is early Minor 1000, it's a 948cc one. It's got trafficators on it. My mother had a very similar one to this between about 1969 and 1983. My grandfather bought it new in 1958. And finally, on the channel, in September last year, I got to drive a Minor 1000. It was a much later one than this. It was a 69. This is, I'd say, somewhere between 56 and 1961, because in 61 they changed the windscreen wipers to a more conventional pattern, but it's definitely a 948cc one, I would say. Very nice. a Jaguar XK8. This is a 4.2 litre model. So this will be, oh gosh, 2000 or later. That the it's not a facelift one, I don't think. SK8, yes, very, very nice indeed. Personal plate, so we can't tell exactly from that. And yes, a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior. I've dug up my information sheet here. There was actually a row 75 in Starlight Silver next to mine when I arrived, but the chap had to go off, so I'm you know, on my own here with the Rover 80. Don't know what's in this. I think it's a Dodge Ram or something. This big thing. Yes, I thought we couldn't talk about that, and it looks like we can't. We can, however, talk about this Toyota Celica. I think this is the penultimate generation of Celica. The very final one was made between 2000 and 2006. This is the early one of this penultimate generation. Say about 1994. I'd really like to have a go in one of these viewers. When they cut up for sale, they don't cut up for sale very often, these, but they're not necessarily too expensive unless you're going for a GT4, in which case they definitely are. Had a couple of late arrivals here. Unfortunately, the wind is still really bad. Mark II Ford Zephyr here. I don't exactly know what year this is. I'm sure I've seen this somewhere. Maybe at something like the Classic Cars on the Key at Christchurch, something like that. So, judging by this, I think it's a 59. It's a low line. I can never tell the difference between a high line and a low line of these. Never can tell the difference, but there we go. It's a very sort of period looking one with the sort of sunshade at the front of it as well. Late TVR here. Tuscan S. I don't think that's the actual here the Carvo's personal plate. Fortunately, someone's given me an information sheet. Oh, it's actually a 2002. It's just that's a personal plate. So yeah, Tuscan S. 4 litre. I think it was TVR's own engine at the time, actually. We got here one of these 1 Series coupes. I drove a convertible one of these actually quite recently, 118. What engine's in that? I don't know actually. Another S2000. There's quite a few of them here today actually. This is one of the facelifted ones. Don't know exactly what year it is. Another personal plate. But yeah, that's quite a nice colour actually. Oh no, sorry, it's not a facelifted one. It's a pre-facelifted one. But the back end was the same way through or something. 1979 Reliant Scimitar GTE. Apparently this is being converted with a Rover V8 engine. It's actually got 4-speed ZF Auto, and I can't remember with these what the original automatic gearbox was. Probably a 3-speed. And I'm not allowed to say what you think I should be saying. That particular phrase is banned on my channel. Oh wow, Suzuki Ignis Sport. I've actually driven one of those actually. I drove one in, I think it was 2020. They are very, very firm with suspension, that's what I will say. The Alpines just turned up. Is it another one of these series 5s, again very late, it must be a 67 only. Just lovely, lovely lines on these. Lloyd Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Before I head off, because it's cold, we'll just have a look at a couple of very late ones to come. This 2003 Mazda MX-5. This is an NB. It's kind of similar to the one that I drove on Tweed Jacket Reviews in 2019. Unfortunately, it's already showing signs of some rampant corrosion, like they all do, which is a shame. We've also got Audi TTRS. Well, hello to TTRS_T7JRX on Instagram. I think these have a 2.5 litre engine or something like that. That's a Mark 3 TT, isn't it? Right, okay, so Mr. Ben Hooper is heading off in his 480. One of these days, hopefully, I'll get to drive a Saab 9000 Carlson, but maybe it won't happen. Anyway, viewers, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and if you're wondering where the London Classic Car Show coverage parts 4 and 5 is, that'll be coming up tomorrow. Thank you.